Hello. We get to play Is Everything Working? Hello. Oh good, you can hear me. What a fun game. Yeah, it's everybody's favorite game. Is everything working? We have to let her chop up and put in this what? Chibi model? Yes. Barrett, thank you for the gift sub. What evil are we doing today? Well, I'm gonna butcher the name of the soup because apparently this is a Welsh name. But the way that it's spelled in the book is Cawl Cennin. I don't know who that is, but we're calling them today. But yes, there's two things. Two things on the menu. Because I was just gonna make soup, but just soup is sad. So, not community member, sad, but as in like, if I was just served a bowl of soup, I would be like, oh, okay, the economy's really bad actually, isn't it? So we're having cornbread with it, which is also in the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook, and it is the volume 1 cookbook today for both recipes. Saddest soup? No. Soup hits different after Road to Empress. Yeah. It's not osmanthus soup. But pretty much the soup, it looks like, is a potato and leek soup. What kind of cornbread? Okay, y'all in the South have varieties of cornbread. I'm just letting you know, for most people, cornbread's just cornbread.
"36 months in the faceless masses girldemo."
Welcome, Tobo. Thank you for 36 months. You don't have varieties? Cornbread's cornbread. It's only cornbread if it's made in Nebraska. Everything else is just sparkling bread. Yup. It's this little guy. I haven't seen this model for a while. Ah, so Glimpse wasn't here last Friday. I see. Oh my god, Whiskey. Whiskey has discovered that he can climb on top of one of the speakers, and it's... Buddy, you need to get down from there. That's not a spot for sitting. No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, sit there instead. I'm gonna have to put, like, plastic and foil over a bunch of countertops because I've been, like, organizing them. He hasn't been able to jump up. There's oven cornbread, skillet cornbread, dry cornbread, moist cornbread, bread-bound cornbread, muffin cornbread, crumbly cornbread, dense cornbread, fluffy cornbread, and so on. You didn't even mention jalapeno cornbread. I don't think you actually eat cornbread. I think you're allergic to corn. Yeah. Did the music just... Left out cheddar cornbread too? Wow. Cooking stream, Pog. Yes, it's a Handcam cooking stream. So just be forewarned if you're not used to seeing Handcam cooking streams. You will bear witness to my massive meaty man mitts. Yes. I don't know what... I need to get new wireless headphones for this, I feel like. Apparently it's pronounced Cawl Cennin. Oh. Why did this stop coming through my headphones? I can see that this is on the listen thing, but... the headphones are set to be on there. You guys can still hear the music, right? I've been accused of being unsouthern as a result of not liking most types of cornbread. Judgmental. I hear music, yes. My headphones have battery, don't they? Oh, they're out of battery. Ha! That's what happened. Model stop? Yes, whenever my face is facing away from the tracking, my headphones are low battery. That's why. That's why. Meow, 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 meow. Yes, another warning for people that are concerned. With Cooking Stream, it is very difficult for me to keep my face directly facing my phone the entire time. So, sometimes the model will lose tracking. That's normal. Sometimes I have to go get ingredients and then I'm no longer looking at the phone, so I lose tracking. That's normal. Cornbread is easy to mess up. I've had cornbread that tastes like Play-Doh. Are you sure it was cornbread? Also, hi, Emmy. Hi, Mem. Just hold the phone in your mouth. Okay. I'll do that. All right. Whiskey, why are you being a misbehaving brat today? Do you need to get locked up? You have delicious food. You have delicious food. You have just made the active decision that you don't want to eat the delicious food today. He's like, I'm gonna go chew on stuff. Just eat your food. Just eat your food, don't chew. He's picky today? Yeah, he's picky today. YouTube keeps buffering? Uh-oh. Maybe if I give him another paste. Here. Here, you want paste? This is tuna with seafood flavor. That sounds redundant. But if you're just gonna be chewing on stuff, I might as well just give him, like...
Girldom bands.
Yeah. Okay, I'm feeding Whiskey a tube really quickly so that whatever not hungriness he's going through, he'll be satiated enough that he won't harass my electronics. Because he's got food out, and it's food that he's eaten wholeheartedly and not had tummy issues with after, but he just doesn't want to eat it. He's like, no, I'm okay, actually. So I'm gonna feed him tube, and then we can get cooking. There you go. Is that a good tube? Good tube? Is this what you want? Do you want the fancy freeze-dried deliciousness on top of your food as well? Here. How much can I spoil you before you actually decide to eat your food? How much does it take for a cat to decide that the food that he so happily ate 2 days ago of the same flavor is worthy of consumption today? Anyways. Taste electricity is better than real food? No, he likes to, like... I have that electric thermometer. He likes to chew on the metal cable for it. Maybe he needs to poop? Maybe. I have, ordered...
Hey,
That
that's
is
like,
sometime.
sometime.
That is sometime. Thank you, X. And Portio, thank you. Cats, am I right, guys? Yeah. I've put a bunch of bribes down. Maybe he does need to poop. He had a hairball earlier today. Here. There, you have... Scallop. I put scallop on it. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. The freeze-dried scallop is like the guaranteed... actually this is delicious. And then he ends up eating the whole rest of the wet food. I might need to contact the pet store and be like, yo, can you just order like 5 bags of dried scallop so that I can put... I can just like bribe him to eat his food. Because he'll eat the dried scallop. I crumble it up into pieces and put it on top of the food. He'll eat that, and then he'll be like, oh, yummy, this is delicious. And it's like, you animal. I know it's delicious. You ate it earlier this week, and you were like, yummy, this is yum, and you wolfed it down. How long has it been since he's eaten, DM? He had food. He ate half of his food at 6 a.m. this morning. And then I got him more tubes yesterday, and he likes the tubes. Also, Sanos, thank you for 19 months. Just realized, oh, I am hungry now. Yeah, I did tell the vet that he's been, like, not wanting to eat stuff, and she was like, oh, you should get him a probiotic powder mix then. So I did order some cat probiotics. And, do you feed him before torture, or does he stay asleep being so early? Owl, cats don't really sleep fully through the night most times. He is up whenever he feels like it. Sometimes he's awake at 4 a.m. Okay, good. He got the big tuna fillet, so that should at least, like, be a tasty snack for him. Maybe he wants variety? Sora? Did you see... Did you see the post I made? Showing the variety. He has had 8 different cans, 8 different flavors this week already. Today was the first repeat of a same flavor. So, he has variety. He's been having variety. I'm going to follow what the vet recommended, because I did tell her about the fact that he's been trying different foods. Unless you're a veterinarian that I'm taking my cat to, please avoid giving advice on stuff. Trust me, I have been talking to professionals on stuff. He's picky. He's also very food avoidant because of his food allergy stuff that he's had. Whiskey being a connoisseur, a very picky eater, not sure which, both. So yeah, I'm waiting for the probiotic stuff to come in. Because if he's having digestion issues or, like, weird tummy issues, that should probably help. We'll see. Okay, good. He ate his whole fancy tuna fillet. The main thing is that he likes eating the stuff that is not the fortified for
Yay,
cat food. Yay, food! Because cats have to have a very specific blend of nutrition, and he doesn't like the ones that are the fully nutritious as much as the ones that are just junk food. So he wants all the junk food all the time. That's his problem. Okay, but he's eating the stuff right now. I think he just wanted junk food. I think that was it. Classic child. I can understand him. Yep. He has a fancy tuna fillet. So he ate the fancy tuna fillet. And now he's picking the dried scallop off of the top of the rest of the food. Has there really been that many already? Ooh, it has been a Bisflayer. He is, after all, only flea. Yeah, he's only flea. Well, fur tree, if they eat, then you're good. Need a whiskey cam? Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting whiskey in an actual little cat throne or something like that? Like somewhere for him to sit? He has a bunch of spots to sit. He already has spots. He has some really nice cat trees. He doesn't care about them. He would prefer to sit on my footstool or sit on a chair instead. He does not care. But what we should care about is using code girldm for 10% off. She's my older one. She's making me worried. I thought it was just the heat, but now I'm unsure. Ooh. I don't know. Cats are weird. Cats are weird. Anyways, cooking stream. So this is the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook. And it's very good. It's a very good cookbook. I like it a lot. Do I have my thing set up on here? Hang on a sec. Okay. I do. Okay. Anyways. This is the soup, which needs butter, olive oil, 2 leeks, yellow onion, a shallot, which I'm just gonna put an entire yellow onion in, because the grocery store doesn't have shallots right now, and you can substitute that in. A celery stalk, 5 garlic cloves that have been minced, salt, pepper, thyme, 1 russet potato, 3 cups of chicken stock, which I have fake chicken bouillon, so I'm just gonna not put the salt in because bouillon already has salt in it. How will you eat the soup? It has leeks? Wouldn't everything fall to the floor? Yeah, chat, you're getting osmanthus soup today. This will be for me. You get osmanthus soup. Time? Do you chop up a whole clock? Yes. Is it sweet? Yum, yes. Juice of a lemon and then crumbled goat cheese. I did get goat cheese. Ooh, actually, I could do this. Bam! Haha. And then, so this is gonna take 45 minutes because it's just gonna have to sit in the pot. It makes 6 servings, so that's gonna be a decent chunk of them. I hope my... I have space. Hiraga! Thank you for the raid! Here, I need to... Look, Hiraga. Among Us. Where's the soup from in this universe? Limsa? It's from La Noscia. Looks like Costa del Sol. There's a Rogadan chef. You do that in my hood, you get shot. Well, it's a good thing I'm not in your hood. It's a good thing I'm not in your hood. I'm making recipes from the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook today. 14 cookbook, yeah. I'm going to be making 2 dishes from La Noscia. So one of this is Cawl Cennin is how you pronounce it, but it's a potato leek soup pretty much. And then I'm going to be making cornbread. I'm using some of the business cards that I've picked up from artists at Artist Alley for my have a nice stream, Luna. Have a good rest, Hiraga. I was in your hood a couple weeks ago. What the? Crazy dayo. The soup never ends. It never ends. It's going to be 6 servings of soup. But I think my cook pot should be decent size for it. And then this one is going to take 30 minutes. So what the plan is, this one, it does say a skillet. But I do not have a skillet for cornbread. So it's just going to go into a regular loaf pan. Because that's what I have. I want to try your cooking sometime. Maybe someday I'll do a meet and greet event. And you'll have to sign a waiver that says if you get food poisoning, you won't take legal action against me. Could be a heathen and make it in a wok. That won't work because it has to go into the oven. My wok is not designed to go into the oven. Meet and greet? I thought you were vegetarian. I mean, if I'm serving people up, I'm not necessarily the one eating it. It could be I'm making the food for you, see? The wok left? No! Okay, anyways. This one, it wants me to... Oh, it wants me to brown the butter. It wants me to brown the butter. Did you know about Oshi Kombini? I do know about Oshi Kombini. It's a convention in Toronto. Also playing on Adele. Thank you for 60 months. Thank you. You can't walk the walk. I hope you can at least talk the talk. I can't. I have been. Okay, need to get this stuff started. Okay, so best to start on the cornbread first because then I can bake it and it can rest and then we can all rest. Yes, it adds honey. I approve this recipe. Yeah, this one has butter, cornmeal, all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, brown sugar, baking powder, salt, olive oil, honey, 2 eggs, and buttermilk. Now, the only thing is I don't have buttermilk, but I do have whole milk, and you can make buttermilk substitute with whole milk and vinegar, so I'm going to do that first. So, must grabs the ingredients out. There's milk here. I'll zoom this out for now. There we go. We have milk. Let me see if I can type on my phone with these gloves on. Tablespoon. Leave it to rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So what we're supposed to do is, this needs 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. And since I have this already, this is a 1 cup measure. So if I just go a little bit past that, that'll be close enough to 1 1/4. And then if you add a tablespoon of stuff to it, and let that sit for 5 to 10 minutes, it is close enough to buttermilk that it works for your recipes. Give him the milk, Josh! Eating dinner and watching food being made is an interesting combination. Hey, I do that all the time. Stuff? I love stuff. Me too. And just a little bit extra. This is actually the first step for making cheese at home too. You add some of you add some like acid to it, and then you just you cook it on the stove, and then you can separate out the curds in the whey, and then you have your own creme fraiche you make at home. Yeah, see, I've got the Canadian no-name brand. That's on the internet all the time. Okay, so this is gonna sit for a bit so it can turn into buttermilk. And gotta get everything else out. That's what I recommend doing when you're making food. It's a good idea to get all of your ingredients out first. Flour. Guys, did I say baking powder or baking soda? Quick test. You said baking something? Okay. Malk? Okay, thank you. Floof powder, yes. Brown sugar. I don't need the salt. 2 eggs, honey. It wants olive oil. I don't want to use olive oil. I'm gonna use vegetable oil. Because the olive oils that I have, I don't have any low flavor olive oils. They all are very olivey. Rip YouTube chat. What? Can I fix it? Hang on. This is the best I can do. I sent you a fix. I can't really apply the fix with the current setup. It's like almost impossible for me to get to like anything more than the mouse, unfortunately. Made a cooking stream. Hi. YouTube's getting too big. Well, the other thing is, so I was talking to Pengu, who is the super cool, awesome guy that made that coded the chat overlay stuff, and I was trying to see if it's possible to get StreamerBot to do a combined chat thing for it, but turns out that there's a bunch of the chat box fields that don't actually have real stuff in them. It just has like, they're fake. So he's been trying to fix it, but the StreamerBot one doesn't have all of the necessary things for it to change up. Nardo, thank you for being a drudge for 32 months on YouTube. Hi everyone, hello. Okay. This one does not need the other thing, but it does need 8 tablespoons of butter, so. It wants me to brown the butter. Oh, I just... Whoever is cleaning my desk at the office keeps stealing my microfiber cloth. What the? I've seen people do it. I don't know how. I've seen people do like some basic color thingies. Didn't Nutty make a chat on add-on for that? I don't know if it uses StreamerBot though. If y'all have one that looks like it can combine all the things and it also lets me apply the stylings for like everything, for like the super chat and the name colors and everything, you know? Because the main thing is that StreamerBot does have chat coding functionality, but yeah. Mom said it's my turn to be on the screen. Yeah. Might have put something in the stream resource channel. Where'd StreamerBot put fear in me now? Uh-oh. We gave Neo anxiety. Okay, I have to brown the butter, which is always an intimidating thing to do because it's scary. So it wants 8 tablespoons of butter. Eight tablespoons of butter. That's so much butter. In a small saucepan over medium heat, melt the butter, swirling it around the pan until it becomes golden brown. About 10 minutes, pour the butter into a cup and let it cool. And then preheat the oven and grease the skillet with butter. I don't have a cast iron skillet. So I do have a loaf pan though, so I might just, it might be cornbread loaf. That's just one whole stick. Yeah? Yeah? That's just one stick of butter, guys. They're saying 8 tablespoons is one standard butter stick. Show me on the butter where the standard stick is, guys. That's a... I mean, it is in America. This... Americans thinking that their thoughts apply to this. It has markings on the side. Yay, America, hello! Let's see. I think half a cup is, yeah, half a cup is 8 tablespoons. Yeah, see, it doesn't have the tablespoons on it. But half a cup is 8 tablespoons, so. Easy conversion. There's so much. I had to buy an entire thing of whole wheat flour. This was the only size that they had. Like, does Canadian butter not come in sticks? What next? You sell milk in bags or something? It does come in sticks. I just don't like buying the sticks because the sticks end up being like $1 more than just a brick. So, for now, I'm gonna move the recipe book to its rightful spot on the book stand. And half a cup of butter. I will need more butter for the soup, so I'm just gonna leave the butter out. Fleischmann is American. Canada? Canada. Canada. The continent is called North America. Everybody. Oh, why did the light go down? Man. Power draw's weird. Nobody means Canada when they say American. This is Canadian. But this says product of USA. But this is Canadian. But this says product of USA. The labels for Canada. Oh, look, a collab. Stuff inside is from USA. The company from the package is in Canada. Is Canadian? I don't know. Trademark for Canada, produced in the US. Lazy, why is Fleischmann's USAan? Can we see the butter, please? There you go. It's an American brand of yeast founded by Hungarian-American businessman Charles Louis Fleischmann. It's currently owned by Associated British Foods and sold to both consumer and industrial markets in the United States and Canada. Oh, okay, so we have to blame the British. Okay. So it's British. Wow, is that cheeky soap? It is. I have this on the porridge setting, so it should just be like medium heat level. It says swirling it around the pan until it becomes golden brown. Is that Alton Brown's older brother then? Golden? There's another heat warning in place today. See? Is that humming coming from the stove? The humming is coming from me swirling the pan on the little stovetop. Oh yeah, sorry, there's also a hum. Yes. The hum combined with the piano music makes it sound spooky? What the? How's that spooky? Okay, I'm turning down the heat a little bit more because it's still like, it's bubbling and I don't know if I'm supposed to have the butter. I rarely brown butter because it's such a piece of work to do. Is the Portastove electric or induction? Both? It's an electric induction stovetop. Still not golden. I also need to get a cup for it, but I don't... Hopefully it doesn't break the Pyrex. Oh wait, I have a canning jar. That's designed for boiling hot liquids. Definitely not browned yet, yeah. But it's bubbling, so... Bubbling is good because that means the water content is boiling away. There's this lady that I see on TikTok who part of her channel is just she's rendering tallow. And she got an interesting batch of tallow to render. And it's not rendering properly, but... Oh, it's not real Pyrex, it's lowercase Pyrex. That's why I was like, maybe this will be okay, maybe it won't be. You know what I just realized? The fourth wall, the permanent merch page, allows me to have digital downloads. I could make audio packs. Are we talking about human tallow again? I'm not talking about human tallow. I'm talking about beef tallow. But when you're rendering it, you can actually separate out like the different types of like mono and poly fats. You can actually separate those out manually. What kind of audio packs would you make? Alarms. You could put the Patreon stickers and stuff on there too? Oh yeah, I could. Whiskey beeps? It's very difficult to get his beeps though. I've been using my new fountain pen a lot and now I want more. I blame DM. Perfect. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be any direct insults. It would just be like, hey, it's time to wake up. Hey, guten Morgen. Wake up time. You better get up, you're gonna be late. If you're late, you're gonna regret it a lot. Gotta do one of those gimmick ASMR videos. ASMR. You wake up with your organs being removed, but the remover just realized you're a member of their chat and now they feel bad. Oh shoot, oh my god, I just saw the notification on your phone. Oh, fake boy, I am so sorry. I think I can put this back in. Unrealistic, you wouldn't feel bad if it was one of us? Have you heard the story of the goose that laid the golden egg? Gotta repack the subscriber. ASMR Girl DM repacks your organs inside of you after she realizes you're a community member when she was illegally harvesting from you. Now that's a light novel. It's getting there. We're not golden yet. Hey, Whiskey. I see in the lore that DM likes mayo, right? Do I like different mayo, like Mexican mayo? I don't think I've had Mexican mayo. I did make mayonnaise from scratch the other day because I was making sandwiches and I ran out of regular mayo, so I was just like, I have an immersion blender. Saw a bunch of joke ASMRs on YouTube recommendation after looking up anti-ASMR stuff like boyfriend girlfriend falls down flight of stairs, hits a landmine and explodes. Yeah, I like those ones. There's apparently an audience for weird ASMR. Yeah. I don't think it's there yet. It's like almost there. There's a short dating sim game where you harvest organs from potential dates. I should look it up. It'll be perfect for you. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. You've browned butter before, right? Like twice? Do I need to look up on my phone what does browned butter look like? Let's see. What does browned butter look like? Hey, it's the first search. Let's go. A clear golden liquid with deep amber or golden brown specks settled at the bottom. As it cooks, it goes from yellow foam to a clear golden state with toasted particles at the bottom. Okay. We're not there. I see. But this just says until it becomes golden brown. Does it mean golden and brown? Looking for a golden caramel color. Also, please, like, the color on the monitor might not be the same. Because, like, from what I'm seeing right now, it's not like golden amber yet. I think this needs to get a little bit darker. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that questions descriptions like this. Well, this one just says to swirl it in a pan until it becomes golden brown. It doesn't say browned butter. It says golden brown. And this is getting pretty close to golden brown. Like, the specks are currently about the color of the outer layer of a yellow onion. Like the muffin on this top bag? Well, like the spots or the actual muffin part? Like, that's where we're at so far. Are you thinking of today? I'm harvesting you with the heart emoji? What the? This recipe doesn't run the risk of hot oil splashing, does it? I mean, if I mess up. Okay, that... I'm trying to move the foam out of the way. That looks pretty... I think that's right. That looks right to me. Just gonna pour the rest of this off of the screen there. There we go. Turn this off. I know you're not supposed to heat up a pan immediately after, like, making it warm. I'm using warm water, but I'm gonna need this later, so I need it to not be covered in butter. Okay, who wants a sip? Who wants some? Mmm, yummy, the hot butter. Okay, now we're just gonna make popcorn, actually, and put that on that. I'm good, boss. What the? Okay. In a large bowl, combine the cornmeal, all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, light brown sugar, baking powder, and salt. Large bowl. How much of this is there? 2/3 cup, 1 cup. About 2 cups of stuff, so I don't think I actually need that large of a bowl. Question mark, exclamation point, interrobang. How much is this hold? $150 milliliters. Or 51 ounces. That's... I feel like this one's a little small. I'm from the South, we basically drink butter. I think that's a little small. I'm gonna get the bigger one for a little bit more room. It's still gonna be rectangular, so if that upsets you, I'm evil, so... Hello, man's form. There we go. All right. So, we're going to mix up our dries, and then we're gonna mix up our wets, and then we're gonna wet our dries. Oh, but I also need to preheat the oven, so to 425, and make sure I take the baking tray out. Okay, 425. I could probably bake this in the air fryer, but air fryer only goes to 400. And this tray is a little long, so I wouldn't be able to. Okay, but when do we dry the wets? When I get one of those things for drying the wets. Okay. Cornmeal, I need cup measures. And a way to stir stuff. Spoon. Look how aesthetic the camera looks. Wow. I also need to get cup measures that are not deviously reflective, because currently all of my cup measures are deviously reflective, so. Not a whisk key. It says mix. I feel like the whisk is gonna have some trouble when I'm in here. It looks like a level and a little to the left. All right. Do I have a 1 cup in here? I do, okay. Does the 1 cup actually hold the thing? I have to pour this off screen on a countertop. There we go. A little more. The great thing about baking is that you just follow the instructions and then it's good to go. So you have 1 cup of that, and then a 2/3 cup of flour. Did you see the game Gokigen Lovely Days? I don't know what that is. No. And then a 1/3 cup of whole wheat flour. Drop all of your... This is a recipe. This is an instruction that's not written in the recipe, but you're supposed to drop all of your measuring cups onto the floor. That's part of it. Very important step. Yeah, this is a professional chef step that you might not know. Yeah, most important part of the recipe, yes. Okay. 1/3 cup of whole wheat flour. That's too much. Ah! Good enough. Okay. Giving away the trade secrets? Yeah, hidden tips and tricks they don't tell you. Did you know the maximum number of blokes that can sing Africa by Toto is 99? It's something that 100 men or more could never do. Thank you, that's perfect. Put the flour over there. And then light brown sugar, 1/4 cup. Oh good, I still have my 1/4 cup out. My grandma taught me that one? Good. Okay. And then that's not needed anymore. And then the floof powder, which is 1 tablespoon of that. Two teaspoons of salt. Fluff powder? Yeah, fluff powder. I only have roasted Korean salt right now. So if you're making this recipe, please know you don't need to use roasted Korean sea salt. It's just, that's all I've got. 2 teaspoons. Now you might be saying, DM, why do you have roasted Korean salt? It looked interesting, so I got it. See? It's premium. It was roasted at 800 degrees Celsius. 2 tisp. 2 eggs, fold in gently. Fold? Why have you been insulting salt? Because high cholesterol levels and blood pressure. What a dumb seasoning that is. Don't you know that you can hypersonic vibrate a spoon and not need the wimpy salt, you know? There we go. That butter is still very warm. That's some warm butter. Need to make sure that it's like... Okay, whisk together melted butter, oil, honey, eggs, and buttermilk. So if I just do the butter first with the other stuff, then it shouldn't be too bad. But then I might need some better butter. The bad butter could be better, you know? Maybe it's still warm because the air outside is hot. That might be it. But this bowl will help with reducing the temperature down a bit. Oh, okay, that smells real good. That smells really nice. Maybe, you guys, I have an idea. What if you just brown butter at home just to make your house smell like brown butter? What if you just do that, huh? I do, in fact, do that. Hell yeah. Sometimes, when I know that I'm gonna have, like, guests come over, I'm like, it's time to make some cookies, actually. Okay, honey, it needs a quarter cup of honey. I think a quarter cup, yeah, a quarter cup is 4 tablespoons. And it's got one of those horrible, I hate these types of remove ones, because it's like, oh, just pull it up and then you lift it up and then it just opens it. That's a lie. Look at this. This is... Hi, I'm new here. Hello. May I ask for some advice? Depends on what you're asking advice on. Like, if it's relationship advice, mine's gonna be bad. I just lift and twist. They usually comes right off. Oh, you're right. It did just come right off. Thanks. That's exactly how it should work. Wow. I did get the... Show us the bottle? I will in a second. I wound up stabbing it. Actually. I stabbed it. Okay. Very human design, yes. So we have 1... 2. Are we having weekly cooking streams, Greenest to Cats? There will be a break on the next one. 3. 4. Is this Canadian honey? Oh no. Yes. Yes, it is. Product of Canada. Toronto. Loblaws. I'll ask you advice about fitting in with people, as I feel like I'm different from people. Like, what? Do you have like 4 arms? Whenever somebody speaks, do you start neighing like a horse? I'm a Matt. It depends on what you mean by fitting in with people. Like, there's a lot of things too, that I feel like an outcast or an oddball. Do you have specific reasons why you feel like you're an outcast or an oddball? Like, what makes you think you're an outcast or an oddball? What is it that you're trying to fit in with? Main cause is being between the ages of 15 and 25. That's one good one. Because the main thing is, so for example, if your hobbies don't align with the people you're trying to hang out with, then you're not going to feel like you're going to be able to relate to them too much. Because you just don't have experience on that, right? Like, I'm not terribly into sports. If a friend asked me to go to a sports game, then I'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah. I won't know a goddamn thing about what's going on, but sure. You know? When you're figuring out... My experiences seem different to everyone else, and I want to fit into normal people. Most normal people, quote unquote, don't fit in. From like... outsider view, most people look like they're fitting in on stuff, but usually it's because the people that you're looking at have an alignment in some kind of purpose that they're doing. Oh, I did add salt. I did add salt already. Okay, I was like, did I add salt? I did. Okay. Honey. How much honey do I need? 2 tablespoons again. Everything's in tablespoons here. There are basically no unique experiences as a person. There are people out there who relate to you, just gotta look for them. Yep, sometimes it's hard to find your group. If you grow up in an area that's very, if you have, like, very limited people around, so, like, where I grew up was a very small town. Not a lot of people knew or cared about anime. My parents play video games. Wasn't terribly into sports. Most of my music taste is randomized. But the first thing to not feeling like an oddball so much is getting self-confidence. Because when it comes down to it, when you actually find a group of people that care about what you're interested in, and you care about what they're interested in, and you enjoy spending time together, you can have, like, little to no overlap and stuff, but if you're not second-guessing every action that you're taking, then you're fine and comfortable. Most quote-unquote normal interactions, if it's not within, like, a friend group, if it's at work, or if it's at, like, a grocery store, or if it's at an event or something, most of those people are just following with what the convention is that's going on with it. When you're at work, you're all coworkers, right? So you already have that in common. When you're at school, you're all students, so you already have that in common. That's the commonality that you have. When you have friends, these are people that you have opted in to hang out with these people. And a lot of it takes stepping out of your shell and finding things that interest you, and if you have things that you like to do that don't just revolve around being one solo person. So, for example, my current friend group that I moved cities essentially to hang out with, I met all of them on Overwatch. That's a very oddball way to build a friend group. Did anyone else hear that? Hear what? Most people are weird if you talk to them for long enough. Yes. Hobby groups are very good for finding friends. I like games, so I hang out in Demon streams. Yeah, exactly. Do you like shooting people? Me too, let's be friends. That's how it worked. Yeah, a lot of people are very weird when you talk to them for a bit. Everybody's got something that they're like, oh, this is my special interest I have on stuff. For some people, it's birds. What do you do if you have no close friends? Find... That's what I mean by stepping out of your shell. Okay, I know that the milk... This is not raw milk, guys. I added lemon juice to the whole milk so that it would substitute for the thing. Okay. Embrace hermit lifestyle. Well, there's a couple things, okay? So first of all, if you're the type of person that you're really lamenting not having groups to socialize with, the first thing you do is kind of similar to how you talk to people in school. How do you talk to people in work? You have something in common. So the first thing to do on that is find a hobby group. You'll have good experiences, you'll have bad experiences, but each of the experiences help you learn what type of people you like to hang out with and what type of people you probably shouldn't. There's a whole bunch of, like, volunteer opportunities that you can take. You can try helping people. Helping people's always good. But a lot of the friendships, if you're going out with the intention of finding my friend, there are events you can do for that. They have, like, it's like blind dating, but it's for finding friends. There's Meetup. You can check to see if there's any groups that have a Meetup page in your area. If you're getting interested in Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of places try to Shanghai more people into Dungeons and Dragons because D&D players, much like Final Fantasy XIV players are emotional vampires and want to get as many people as possible into it. Yeah, local game stores have tons of events, and it's intimidating to go. But the other thing to keep in mind is, say you like games, say you like card games. If you go to an event that's like a newbies event at a card game place, the objective is to get more newbies into the card game, so they're going to be nice, and you can make friends that way and start to meet people. And it's a gradual process where eventually either you invite, or if you're shy about it, you get invited to go do something outside of that, and then you see if that builds up the friend group or not. Yeah, you don't immediately get friends on the first visit. You just become a familiar face at first. Yep, familiar face. You just learn how to socialize. That's the first thing. If you feel awkward when you're like talking to other people, that's normal. That's why we have phrases in English like awkward silence. Because it happens enough that people know, right? Even if something's scary, if you want it, you have to do it scared. Oh yeah, no, I do a lot of stuff scared. I didn't tell y'all about it because it was scary for me. I went to a Riftbound pre-release event over the weekend. So that was scary for me. That's a whole bunch of strangers. That's a whole bunch of people I don't know, and a card game that I am not familiar with. And when you're doing a pre-release event, you have to play. And there's multiple rounds, and you're playing against other people. And so pretty much at each round, I had to shakily be like, "Hi, I'm so sorry. It's my first time doing this. Can you let me know if I'm playing this wrong?" Right? And guess what? Even the guy that I played against, who had a regional Magic the Gathering championship mat for his gameplay mat, let me know and let me rework my turn a couple times when I realized that I was doing something that was at a disadvantage. And after he thoroughly wiped the floor with me, because I'm not very good at something I don't know how to do yet, he went, "Hey, there's still time. Do you want to play another round for more practice?" So we did. I've tried to make friends, but I have trouble trusting people and feel afraid of being rejected. That's the problem. Don't go out with the intention of making friends. Go out with the intent of getting more life experience and being more confident in yourself. So, me going to that Riftbound event, my thought process behind that is just gonna be big enough. This might be overfilled. It's fine. What a nice fellow. Yeah. Do I know his name? No. Will I recognize him if I see him again? If Aphantasia plays out for me, hopefully not. But the main thing is unless it's an event that is all about making friends with people, if it says it's a friend-making event, then that's going to be your objective. Going to try making friends. But the first objective when you go out to do stuff should not be, I'm doing this so I can make friends. It should be, this sounds interesting, this is something that I'm interested in, this is something that I want to try doing, because if you're doing that, and then you start meeting people that are interested in the same thing you're interested in, you're not just doing it to socialize. You're doing that in order to like, develop a skill, a hobby, something that's interesting. You don't have to get worried about getting rejected because you're not there for the people. You're there so that you can actually learn about that hobby and do that hobby and enjoy that hobby. If you go out with just the intent of, "Ooh, I want to make friends. My job is I'm going to make 5 friends today." That is a misnomer that's taught in elementary school, because you're not going to be friends with every person you meet right off the bat. It can take a long time. I'm pretty heinous when it comes to like actually making friends with people and wanting to hang out with them. It usually takes me 2 years, give or take, and that's fine. That's okay. If you have confidence in doing whatever it is you're doing, or you build enough confidence in it that you know what you're doing a little bit. Like, yeah, you have like 50 friends. Yes, because each time that I've talked to somebody or I've ended up speaking with somebody, it's because we have something in common that we are passionate about. It makes it a lot easier to talk to people when you have something that you overlap in, you know? If you go into the mindset with, I need to make friends, you're basically forcing your will onto other people without really focusing on learning who you're interacting with. Well, that's the other thing, is because, like, if I completely understand wanting to make friends, that is something that I had very hard time with in the VTuber sphere starting off on stuff. When I first debuted, everybody had their own little friend groups, and I was like, oh, I want to be in the friend group. I want to be in the friend group. But when that happens, that's just because you want that experience of being in the group. You don't actually care about the people that you're looking at. You're being parasocial. If you look at a friend group and go, ooh, I like how they interact, they should do that with me. Hey DM, do you want to watch anime on the 7th? We can make it a fun group thing in Discord. No. I have in my daily to-do list, I have watch anime in my daily to-do list because otherwise I don't watch anything. You know? Now I have a legit reason to go to FanFest. If it's a little too little for me now, there's gonna be more FanFests. There's fan Final Fantasy events that happen. And look at DM now. There's a reason why DM knows everyone gets repeated so often. Yeah, because I'm polite, I'm helpful, and when there's people that I meet through things that I find are interesting, we already have something that we're both passionate about. Okay, this needs to bake for 25 to 35 minutes, and 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm gonna put it for the 25 because since it's like more densely packed than a nice round skillet, I think it might take a little longer to cook. I want to hear about DM's Riftbound deck. Oh no, it was the pre-Rift. So my Rift, I got absolute dog water. That's what I got. I pulled a Precon Nasus. That is only viable if you pull 2 epics. I pulled 1. Thankfully though, I pulled an Ambessa and a Jace. So I was able to use the Ambessa as my like card thingy, and then Jace is my chosen champion. So I did go to the event with a couple of friends, but since you get matched up to battle other people, I knew that I wasn't going to be with my friends when I was actually battling. So yeah, just like a couple of friends. There were like 2 other friends coming along. I like to be in groups as a spectator. Oh, I do too. I prefer to like observe very often on stuff. But now I do have, the main thing is that you can make friends, and then you can make good friends. And I think a lot of the friendship interactions that a lot of people want are the ones that are under the good friends category. The friends category are people you're friendly with, okay? The good friends category is the group that you feel comfortable, confident, inviting them to do things, knowing that if they do turn you down for something, that they want to hang out with you, they just have a reason why they can't, and that they're being honest with you, right? How do you make evil friends? Proposition doing a crime to them and see how they respond. Okay, I need to set a timer for that. Okay, so that's for the bread. My best friend in the world started with me asking if he wanted to get Taco Bell after our college class was over because I saw he was on Tumblr. Yeah. Like, I feel like the main thing is you have to change your mindset on how you want to approach something. Because if you are doing the approach of, I think this is something that also just applies to streaming stuff as well. If you're making your approach, if you're making your goal on something based off of something that you can't control, you're gonna get frustrated. So I can control going to events. I can control finding hobbies. I can control doing research. I can control introducing myself if I go to an event that has people that I haven't met before. I can control that. I can't control somebody else's actions. I can't control them messaging me. I can't control them inviting me to do stuff. I can only control the stuff that I can do. So I focus on doing my thing. So if I'm going out and I'm like, ooh, my goal is to introduce myself to 3 people. That's achievable for me. Even if I'm like really anxious and such, I do that when I go to like event parties and stuff. I introduce myself. And the best way to get practice if you're awkward socializing, it's the same thing as if you're awkward at any other thing. If you're not good at cooking, what do? You practice cooking. If you're not good at chopping stuff, what do? You practice chopping stuff. You're not good at drawing a circle, what do? You practice drawing a circle. You're not good at talking to people, you practice talking to people. You know? All of it just takes practice. And the other thing is that people care far less about their interactions with you unless you do something particularly egregious. So I don't know, if you show up and you punch their wife or something, they're gonna definitely remember you. If you show up and you condemn them to hell for something, they're gonna remember you and be like, oh, that person's a jerk. But if you go up and you awkwardly are like, hey, how's the weather? And they go, haven't been outside today. You might be like, I messed up. You could just be like, oh, well, it was pretty warm outside when I went. And then leave. They are not gonna remember you. They might remember, oh yeah, that person came up, asked me about the weather, but I hadn't been outside today, so I couldn't say anything. Doesn't matter. All right, that's the main thing. People, think of all the random people. Do you remember every single person that's accidentally bumped into you? Do you remember every single person that was in front of you at the grocery store and took 20 years to find their card in their purse? No, you don't. As someone who's asocial, I understand this, but it's actually hard in practice. Oh, no, I know it's hard in practice. I have anxiety. I used to cry if I had to talk to people that I did not know all the way through university. I had to take improv classes to learn how to pretend like I could talk to people. I still use that. But it's part of the practice, and I do force myself to go to things that I know it's uncomfortable for me to do, because I know it will overall be better for me if I have that experience, and then I can build off of that. Two weeks ago, I saw somebody that was in the grocery store, and they looked very confused about some of the drink options there. And I had heard that they were talking about like how the grocery store didn't have any actual alcohol. And I was like, oh, I know where there's a liquor store nearby. I'm gonna try to be helpful. And so I went over to tell them that, and they looked at me like I was stupid, and they just went, okay. And so I left the aisle. And then I thought about that for the next 2 days, and I was just like, damn. But it'll happen. People have their own life. They have their own world on stuff. Like, nothing bad happened from it. There's maybe one lady that thinks that Canadians are too friendly now. Oh no, right? And that's fine. I tried. It was scary to walk up. I was sweating afterwards. But it was like, so what? It's an interaction. I got +5 XP, mood -1, you know? But yes, I actively force myself to do stuff that I know makes me uncomfortable because I don't like to do that, but it is something I need to be able to do. That's why it's functional. How do you be yourself around people and talk about deep topics? The deep topics chat, I would say there's two options. One, it's a stranger that you're literally never going to speak with ever again. Two, it's a close friend who you've known for a good chunk of time, whose thoughts and opinion and thought process you respect, so you can actually have a discussion back and forth on things. The other thing is that anonymous forum as well. There are places for quote-unquote deep talks, okay? If you jump someone with a, hey guys, what do you think dying feels like? That's gonna make people uncomfortable. That can transition into trauma dumping onto somebody. If it's somebody that you know well, you know their history, you know like a lot of back and forth on stuff, that helps a lot. Like, what are you intending with the deep talk? Are you trying to sort out your feelings, your emotions? If that's the case, then a therapist might be a better option because they're trained to talk you through those deep talks and sort through those emotions that you're feeling. Like me, yeah. It's hard to have deep discussions with strangers. Yep, only if it, like, the best random deep discussions I've had with strangers was, like, at 3 a.m. at a bar in Japan. And the deep talk we were having was, how North American culture versus Japanese culture has shaped how manga is approached. And like why there's so many hero comics and such, and why there's so many comics about general aspects of life, you know? So there's a bunch of stuff. Does your anxiety make phone calls like scheduling appointments or etc. hard for you to figure out? Yep. It does. For example, I had to call the vet for whiskey to schedule his appointment. I put that off for about a week, and then I had to write up what I needed to communicate and get across. And then I made sure that I had a nice free window of time so I could sit down on my couch and I could call the vet. Because I have to do that. Otherwise, I get really anxious about it. I put off going to the dentist since I moved cities until last month. So years? Yeah. 3 years, 4 years. I didn't go to the dentist because it made me that anxious to find a dentist and schedule stuff for it. Hopefully your checkup went well. Yeah, I didn't have any new cavities or anything, and they had to fix a filling that was old. But it wound up being like smooth and okay, and then I had to go to 3 appointments and I hated it. So makes it hard for me to do a lot of shopping and appointments. I use deliveries when I can, but it gets too pricey. Yeah. I mean, I take action to keep myself doing things that make me uncomfortable but are necessary to participate in society. Because I enjoy participating in society. I like having social groups. I like being able to have a group of people that I can like, hey, let's go do this thing. I like being invited to things. And part of that is have to get the mentality for it, you know? Stagnation is death, yes. You have to do scary things, and everybody's level of scary is different. My level of scary is like going outside sometimes. Going to the workout classes is also scary. Like talking about profound topics, I feel like people would be put off or find it boring. Do you think people don't value intelligence anymore? Just wondering about... Jinchi? I mean this in the most gentle way. That is a very egotistical comment. That's very egotistical. If you want to have discussions that are deep discussions and arguments and intelligent talks like that, you need to go find a there's groups where you practice discussions. There's groups where you practice making arguments on things that you like that. What you're looking for is a debate group. You're not looking for a discussion. What you're looking for is a debate group. There are debate classes and books on rhetoric. Yep, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for isn't a deep conversation. Anti-intellectualism is a growing thing. Having the mentality of, oh, if this is based off of what you see people saying online and such, that's not something to trust either. Join a book club? Yeah, join a book club. Whenever I encounter people who throw intelligence into a conversation, they either do it the wrong way and inject a difficult topic into a casual setting or act very arrogant by imposing their views onto others. Thus, discussions tend to be better suited for a debate group. Yes. Debate? Yep. Debate clubs are great. Potato. Is that a leak? 2 leaks, actually. I don't care for debating. Most of the time it devolves into shout matches and stuff like that. Well, Sir Chris, then that's not an actual debate. There's an art to debate. There's an art to discussion. Like, people still do value intelligence. I can tell you that I am known for being a smart person in my friend group. And I get asked questions about stuff all the time because people are really interested in that, right? Okay, the yellow onion. I think I'm smart or anything. I just feel this way, but people don't like talking about philosophy or stuff like that. If you want to talk about philosophy, you should join a book club. They have online ones that are focused on topics like that, philosophy and stuff. What you're looking for is a debate club. That's what you're looking for. Philosophy is not a casual conversation topic. No. There's a time and place for philosophy. Yep, if you're really interested in philosophy, you want to get into that, you should join a group that's focused on philosophy, learning about philosophy and having discussions on it. Because all those people there, they're all going to be really interested in it. Okay. I'm trying to focus on making my food thingy on here too. My guy just has a niche interest but hasn't found his people yet. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can find philosophy groups. Can't you just hang out in the town square with a laurel crown? Isn't that the same thing? Close enough. The soap is used to clean the potatoes, right? Yes. And they're all gonna love the new perspective. Mm-hmm. People that are in like philosophy groups, that's what they want. They're here for that. Forgot what the big leak is called. Leak. Okay, I have the celery, garlic, cloves I need to grab as well. Okay. I have the salt still here. Pepper, thyme, and my stock. We're gonna go stalking, everybody. Pick a target. You get bonus points if they're high security. Damn, there's a massive leak on stream. Oh my god, there's a live leak right now. On my way to steal Bet. No, you can't. No, not Bet. Not Bet, no. For legal reasons, this is a joke, yes. I mean, like, stocking isn't like the stock market, guys, or putting more things on shelves, guys. So this is what I'm using for my chicken broth. It's bouillon, which is not broth. It has like seasonings added to it, unfortunately. But this is the vegetarian no chicken soup base. Unfortunately. This jar, it's almost out, but it never wants to open because it gets really cold and it crystallizes along the top of it, so I have to like... I have to waterboard the jar. Until it releases all of its secrets. Let's see. Oh, it worked! Oh, I mean meaningful topics? Jinchi? I feel like you're looking for specific answers, but you're not receptive to the answers you're getting. Yeah, this brand is great. I just got 2 jars of the fake beef one. But this is how much? 1 teaspoon equals 1 bouillon cube, which is 8 ounces. So I need 1.5 tablespoons. This is barely that amount, but usually broth is like kind of weak anyways, so I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna fill and rinse out this jar until I hit the 3-cup mark, and then I'm just gonna scoop out the insides and mix those in. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, I have it. I love the better than bouillon veggie. It's so good. I've been like this guy once. It takes a lot of patience to fix. Yep. What are we doing again? I am making Cawl Cennin, which is It is a leek soup. So I'm going to cook the butter, add leeks, onion, shallot, and celery. Cook until the vegetables have softened about 10 minutes. Okay, all of these got to get washed. Because dirt adds some unwanted grit to the soup. Yay! And I gotta wash this potato as well. You're safe from the US poop bacteria, right? Yes. Yes, I do. I do not have any poop bacterias. All of my stuff is safe. I'm not using any lettuce or any of the other things, and I am thoroughly washing everything that I'm using. Is anyone truly safe from the poop bacteria? I don't know. I have a cat, so there's a poop bacteria. I don't know. Okay. Good news is this same pot that I just used for butter, so it's just gonna live there for now. All right, so for the leeks, onion, shallot, and celery. And then the other ones I can focus on later. So we're gonna chop this up. And all of this is gonna get blended. So I don't actually need to worry too much. Oh, chopping action. The main thing is that this needs to like cook down. I don't have an ego. I'm very humble. I just want to talk about things that people don't really find comfortable talking about, but are not willing to, like mental health. That's why I'm saying you should go find a discussion group or like a book club, because there are book clubs that do focus on those types of things. Nice knife. Thank you. I don't have an ego and I'm very humble. It's an oxymoron. Is there a backseating tax for the cooking stream too? Yes. Book clubs are great for debates. Yep, that's what they're there for. You read through the book and then you discuss it and debate it. Is that the girldm knife? It is not. I can show you the one that doesn't have the coating on it, but I am getting the one that's got the coating on it soon. Because I have the prototype of the new version, but it's very shiny. So it has it's very shiny. So that's why it has like the black etching on it. Because I was like, Tim, I can't use that on stream. It's very shiny. We're making soup for the new guy factory. We are. It was really funny. Mr. Wrath Games was like, you can't do this to me, DM, and I was like, yes, I can. That's the real reason for V2? Yeah, it is actually. I was like, Tim, please. So yeah, this is going to be the base of the soup, but the soup is just going to get blended anyways. So as long as these all will like cook at relatively decent speeds, that's all that really matters for the chop right now. It doesn't need to be pretty. That's hella sharp, my god. Wait. This knife? Are you gonna puree the soup or leave it chunky? Puree. Is that my phone? Oh. Time to check the cornbread. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it smells good. Looks a little dark on top. Got a little dark on top. That's fine. Dark cornbread's fine. Let's see. And now I'm gonna stab it with a knife to make sure that it is, Looks like it's still a little wet at the bottom. So I'm gonna turn off the oven. And I'm just gonna leave the cornbread in there for it to set a bit longer. Because it's a little damp there. Not a skewer. Knife works too. I feel like there's a misunderstanding here. I apologize for not being more clear, but I'm willing to talk it out. Oh, I know, you've been saying how much you want to talk to people. But I have been giving you answers which, to translate down, the answers I've given you are more or less, for what you're wanting, you need to find a dedicated group to do that. And that's going to require you to invest your time and your energy in doing research and finding a group that meets the needs that you want. Because a random chat discussion isn't going to work. Is that a sweet cornbread? It's a cornbread. There's a time and place, and this is not it. Yep. Like, you asked for advice, and now you're wanting discussion, but the discussion was what you were looking for advice on how to get in the first place. I've given you the answer to that, which means that if you are wanting discussions and you're wanting to talk that out more, you should try to follow that advice and then see what to do further. Oh, floor leak. Guys, there's a leak on the floor. It's leaking. The floor is leaking. It's fine. Kenchana. Ding, 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 ding. I feel like some of this is like a little bit... Those ones are not... That part's not going to taste very good. If it's like sticking off of the leek already. Look at that. I feel like I just need to peel off the outer. No one wants the stringy bits, yep. Good advice has been given. If you don't understand it, ask further questions. If you don't like it, that's rough, buddy. That's how it is. Yep, that's the advice. I have answered the advice questions for a good chunk of time. That is all the information I can give you. If you're still not happy with the advice you have been given, you're gonna need to take action instead. All right. So now... leek, onion, shallot, celery, and then these cook with the butter. And oil, in fact. So a tablespoon of oil. That's about a tablespoon of oil. Oh. There. Bam. Scooch this over a little bit so you can see it a little better. And then the butter so that my butter doesn't taste like onions. Just get too close to people. I'm willing to take the time to connect and understand each other. Anyways, have a nice day. Thank you everyone for the advice. Yep. Now follow the advice. Next time I see you here, should be a month from now and you should be telling me about how your book club's going. This might be too much butter, but I say that that doesn't exist. So. Ah! Some of its skin was still on. we go. And I feel like porridge function is the best one for this, but that's a... yeah. Where's the merch knife? I just showed it. I don't have the updated one yet. Uh-oh, there's still a little bit left. Put this down to 1,000. I don't think it's degrees. Okay. 1. This actually tells me to not put the garlic in right at the start. Watts? Is it watts? Because it starts off on 1800. Are you following a recipe for this? And if so, do you have a link to it? There's the whole cookbook. Okay, 5 cloves of garlic. This is what I'm making now. The cornbread's currently finishing up in the oven. So yeah, making this is essentially a blended potato and leek soup. Once the butter has melted, add the leeks, onion, shallot, and celery. So that's going to be everything that I just chopped up that's on the thing here. Never had the chance after reading Fushigi Yugi and Peach Girl. I'm very uncomfortable with how often with retaliation are so often in shoujo manga. I didn't expect to have 2 nickels. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of that. R? Yes. Uncomfortable. Old stuff, yeah, the old school mangas do tend to do that. They have a lot of that in there for some reason. Oh no! There was some of the onion peel made it in. Oh, it's extra flavoring, it's fine. Old school shoujo, yeah. Okay, so this is gonna take about 10 minutes to just cook down stuff in here and soften it up. That's good. This is gonna smell so good. Yummy. Garlic, salt, pepper, and thyme. Okay, so that'll be the garlic. And we have the salt. The pepper and the thyme. Does anybody have the thyme? Actually, where is my thyme? I have thyme. There it is. Okay. So much time. Does anyone have the time? Yeah, shallot's very similar to yellow onion, but it's sweeter and a bit more tender. Did you forget to chop up the clock? No, I didn't. I have. Let's see. Half a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of thyme, and then the 5 garlic cloves need to be minced. Like words. I always start with cutting the garlic because it's like the most annoying part. Since the stuff's cooking down back here, I'm leaving it for a bit later. Ooh. Turning down the heat a little bit, because these are certainly aggressive. What's a shallot? A character in Dragon Ball. Sorry for the weird noise, this just makes the time come out a bit better. Okay. Pretty much the plan is to cook down all of the veg that I just made until it's gotten nice and softened up. Add more time. It speeds up the cooking, you know, because you added the time it takes early. True. Oh my god. The worst part about garlic is taking off the outside of it. Can't stand those inserts on the plastic bottles. I rip them out immediately. Yeah, I was tempted to do that, but it would be difficult to do with the gloves on. Come on. Why does the food/ingredients look so small? Because of my massive meaty man mitts. I really want one of those heavy Chinese cleavers. You can instantly crush an entire clove of garlic with one hit. True. I like watching those cooking videos. Why did the camera zoom when you said massive meaty man mitts? Oh, that's because it's scared of them. So when you hear me say massive meaty man mitts, it actually just automatically does that in fear. Hey, Royal HD, I'm gonna direct you to the no backseating notice. And also ask you to go back in the video, like, 5 minutes. How you doing? Doing good. Like, this is them already being hit with the knife, guys. Just arrive and go back in 5 minutes, see you probably in 6 minutes. Okay. You will view me already hitting the garlic. So for everybody that asks, do you really need to have the no backseating message up when you're cooking? Yes. Like, this is already smacking the garlic. This garlic does not want to give up its innards. Cooking stream bingo would go hard. Ooh, you're right. That would be fun. All right. This is all gonna get blended anyways. It just needs to cook. Good enough. All right. Garlic. Cool knife, bro. Oh, thanks. It's just a... I got it in Nara from a smithy that used to make samurai swords. Oh, let me zoom this out. Ah. So now this cooks for like 5 minutes. So while this cooks for 5 minutes... Wait, what? That's hardcore. Yeah. You can bring knives back from Japan. You just have to have them in your checked luggage. Add the potatoes. Okay. Peeled and cubed. It's gonna get blended. Why would I peel it? Victoria, if you're watching, that's not my anger at the recipe. It is just, I'm lazy. Victoria's the author of the cookbook. Sometimes she stops by to see what I'm making from the cookbooks. I will say though, if you do make this recipe at home and you don't cook too often, I would recommend making sure that everything is already prepped like it is in the descriptions on the cookbook. This is from the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook. Because it will take you to know some multitasking and timing for things so that you avoid burning your vegetables. So if that is a concern for you, I would recommend making sure that you take care of chopping everything up first. Which, I would have peeled it if I had done that early, but I didn't, so we're not. Also, avoid tangents about making friends. Helps greatly with timings. Yeah. God, I wish you guys could smell this. Like, look at that. It's onion and garlic and celery and leeks, and then you got all that thyme in there. Oh, I didn't add the salt yet. Oh wait, the bouillon's got salt, so I'll add more salt to taste afterwards because I did use bouillon instead of broth because that's all I had. So if this is not making this salted enough, then I will add more later. One tip I learned is to prep a lot, freezer, fridge the prep veg for later use. Yeah, that is something that's good to do. I find that it's recommended for like if you have garlic that you're processing, that's a really good thing to do because if you make enough recipes that have garlic. If you're like me, sometimes that doesn't work out too well, and then you check your freezer and you have a whole bunch of frozen stuff and you don't know what you're gonna do with it. So, it wasn't a bad tangent. All I can really do when people ask for advice is give the advice for things that worked for me, which doesn't always work out, but I also explain what my mentality was for it at the very least, so. You can always add more salt, but taking salt out isn't a good plan. If you need to take salt out of a dish, you add more potatoes. Was giving freshmen in college who didn't have friends in high school energy, which is fine. Everybody's got their awkward time frame. But the main thing is when you're getting advice is to like take the advice. Just finished making the filling for a chicken pot pie. Ooh. Yummy. You suggested a rating, which is a hard stop for most of chat. Hey, if anybody's wanting to have deep discussions about, like, philosophy and, like, life and things like that, you gotta read. What if I want to take more potatoes out of my dish? Do I add more salt? Yes. Okay, so the potatoes have been added. So now this is going to be the difficult part. Because this is going to go in with the bay leaf. Ooh. am good at measuring. I'm so good at measuring. I'm so good at measuring with my eyeballs. Yippee! Yay! Yippee! Yay! It's like this is how much space I have at the top of the pot. And then 1 bay leaf. So this needs to go to a boil, and then it needs to simmer. So I'm gonna adjust. Amazing! I'm so sad there's no D&D. That's fine. I'm so sad there's no D&D this week. What does bay leaf do, though? It imparts flavor. Tastes good? Yeah. Okay, while this needs to cook. But which flavor? A good one. Bruh, I don't know. When tell me put bay leaf in the thing, I'll put the bay leaf in the thing, and then you fish it out later, okay? Oh no, there's honey all over the bottom of the jar. Uh-oh. That's fine. I just ate the honey off of the bottom of the jar. Very sanitary. Everybody copy me. It's a pungent, bitter flavor, but like pleasantly so. Oh, okay. That adds complexity to whatever you add it to deepen what flavor you put in. Ah, wow, it's magical. If you want to know, put bay leaf in warm water like tea and take a sip. Oh. No, the lazy, I meant like your own honey jar that you have at home. Not mine. Mine's already clean. This is a compost bag. So it'll, you have to be careful with compost bags, because like, if you have anything that's damp, these things have a time limit. You have like 24 hours before its integrity is compromised and you no longer have a bag. Okay, clean that off. Actually I should keep this. And put that there. There, so now that's cleaned off. Honey is naturally antibacterial. That's true. So this has to come to a boil, and then lower the temp on it until the potatoes are cooked through. Well, not cooked through, but softened. And then once the potatoes are softened, I blend it. Cooking today? Yeah, cooking today. And then use code girldm for 10% off your cheeky soap. Because you're gonna need soap afterwards. Wash up. Is honey pescatarian friendly? Yes. Oh, that is vigorously boiling, so now it's gotta calm down a bit. We don't want it to reduce. What flavors of soap are there? I have the Iron Mouse, I have Aki, I have Bomb, and I have Touchgrass. Yeah. This one they don't have in stock anymore, which is really sad. I was showing my friends. But this one smells like lavender and gunpowder. It's really good. It's really good. It smells like floral gunpowder. Grass? Yeah, touch grass. And it was really funny when I announced my partnership last week. A ticket was opened from a concerned viewer that was worried that the company is using generative AI for the illustration work. Happily, no, they're super against that. I actually talked to my representative because on the actual pages, they tag all the artists that they work with when they have custom illustrations done on the packaging. So they actually have an in-house illustrator who did this one at his office at work. It's run by Moist Critical, and Moist Critical hates that. And my contact actually told me when they were hiring their internal artist, they went through 1,000 artist applications, and one of the major requirements was that the artists themselves also had to be super against Gen AI. So, all of their soap designs, all their illustrations are done by real people. Can she cook? Hi, Joel. Congrats again on the voice acting role. Joel announced his first voice acting role. Very exciting, very cool. I'm very proud of him. I hope they can deliver to the UK sometime. They do. It's just shipping's really expensive right now. The contact that I have said that that is something that they're looking into for reducing costs because they really would like to make it cheaper for people to get the soap. But for now, it is pretty expensive. If there's people that you can do group orders with, I would suggest that so you can reduce the cost on that. But I have to smoke 500 cigarettes to method act for it. Oh, you can talk to Uwo. He made that smoke 500 cigarettes in one go thing. Shipping has been expensive the past 5 years. Ooh. Nice, but damn, that's understandable. Yeah, it is really good stuff, though. It's really quality. But yeah, I would recommend that if you are not located in North America, it would be a good idea to see if you can split shipping with people. Ben, I want to see Joel smoke 500 cigarettes. I want a bunch of cheeky soap and excited to get them. Yay! They're really nice. I've been using the Giga one. See, this part of cooking is the part that I'm least... I wish that it would just automatically cook this part. I hear they taste good. Very. Wondering what would happen if all the big mad science engineering YouTubers, VTubers, and adjacent streamers all got together to do a project. It would probably be fantastic, not gonna lie. Giga so far is my favorite. Giga smells really, really good. It's cucumber melon. I wish they had the Reze one in stock still, though, because this one also smells really good, but also I'm weird and I like the smell of gunpowder, so. That's another hiccup. We're making cornbread? Oh, the cornbread is... I can check on that, actually. The other thing is just that the potato has kind of just, like, disappeared into the soup, and I need to find the potato so I can see if it's, like... consumable yet. I don't know how long 20 minutes is when time passes. Yeah, the cornbread is a little... I should have moved the tray down a bit, I feel. Let's see. Okay, cornbread's done. I'm going to do a little trick that's called, you just shave the burnt part off. I think the sugar in it is what made it crisp up that much. Also, it was a little higher up than it should have been on the rack. Whipped out the overheating but surviving playmat and everyone in the locals loved it. It was perfect because the heaters returned to Berlin. Oh, yay! A little dark. You know what? It's Final Fantasy 14. One brings shadow, one brings the light. Here's the light. This is a light-colored soup, and then we have the shadows of my cornbread that's a little bit crispy, but the rest of it's probably completely fine and delicious, so don't worry about it. It looks like you can still get Reze's bomb if you get the collector box. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it was just in the collector box total for it. Because I think the same as with the bleach soaps. Anime, not cleaning product. You know what? Let me see if I can, like, get this out on a tray. Because if I flip it over, then it won't be embarrassingly, like, crispy looking on top. Haha! Oh, that came out nice. One clean chunk. Very pretty. Thank you. It's good looking cornbread. Huzzah! Now I need to make some whipped spicy honey butter for it, right? That's my favorite way to have cornbread. Too early to see a slice? Yeah, it needs to solidify a little bit. It's cooling. Would DM talks to her cooking equipment be a free space for cooking bingo? Probably. Spicy honey butter? Yeah. I have, this stuff. I have spicy honey. It's good on pizza. Cheese pizza is really good. I don't think I've ever had cornbread. How does it taste in relation to plain flour bread? It's pretty different. Cornbread is a bit sweeter. It's a lot more, crumbly. Honey on pizza. Have you ever had a charcuterie board? Very cake-like. Yeah, it's more cakey compared to regular bread. Nope. Have you ever had anything that involves camembert or brie cheese? Have you ever had cheesecake? Oh! Oh, they're done! They're ready, they're ready. Yay, okay. So, it says, bring to boil, reduce the heat, simmer until they've softened about 20 minutes. We got that. I gotta remove the bay leaf. Oh yeah, definitely had that. Yeah. So, a lot of cheese goes well with sweet. And, the sweet stuff on the pizza also works out really well. So I recommend if you haven't had honey on cheese pizza, you should try that. Gouda goes hella good with currant jam. Yeah. Do you prefer regular honey or hot honey? I'm a hot honey believer through and through, especially with blue cheese and artichokes. I just like, it's based off of when I feel like it, really. Any recipes from the cookbook you make regularly? Not quite yet, because a lot of these are larger serving sizes. Like the risotto? Yeah, I like the risotto. The soup's going rogue? Yeah, it's trying to attack me. It's trying to escape. Okay. Guys, this is actually Cawl, Cennin, Savage. Alright, and now I need to add heavy cream. And there's goat cheese to go on top. Is this how it's usually done? Yeah. A 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Very messy? What, using a blender? What do you expect to happen when you're spinning things very quickly? Or do you mean cooking in general? Because yes, cooking in general is very messy. That's why it takes all the crew time to clean it up. All right. Here's the oop. I feel like I could have used a bigger potato. Oh well. A bigger potato would have made it a little bit more, thick. Gonna move this over. I wipe everything down afterwards. Move that back there so I can have this all. You should have seen the oil last time. Where's Whiskey? He's laying down on the thing behind. The thing. Do you have plans to make the infamous Archon loaf, or do you cherish your mental and masticory well-being? I don't have plans for that, no. I don't know if it's even in this cookbook. Okay, I am going to move stuff over, because I didn't take a picture of the food last time, and I was like, oh no, I didn't take a picture of the food. So I'm gonna wipe this down really quickly so that I can take a picture of the food on it. Of course, everything else gets cleaned up afterwards. Like I do a real clean afterwards. There we go. And oh, okay. Okay, Moogle or Carbuncle? It's in book? It's the volume 2 cookbook? Oh, it's the volume 1. Ooh, I'm saying a lot for carbuncle. Because of carbs. Okay, okay. Carbuncle. Carbuncle oop. Ah, it was dripping. And a ladle. Perfect. And then that has set long enough that it'll do. And then, do I have a smaller plate? I should have a smaller plate. Is it in the dishwasher? It is. Okay. Here's the bread knife that Lacey bullied me into buying because I didn't have a Brotmesser. Have to be a little bit careful because this is definitely really warm, so. Deserved. Yeah, sure. Oh no, there's crumbs. That's fine. They add to the storytelling. And then the goat cheese. Everyone should be legally obligated to have a good Brotmesser. Guys, you can't agree with Lacey. He's gonna start getting confident again. Yay, goat cheese. It's not floating. Uh-oh. It has to look like the picture. Come on. Gotta float the goat cheese. Why won't you float? The pieces are too big. I don't have like pre-crumbled goat cheese. I think mine's also a little bit softer than the one that she's using in the picture. Ah! We have to build up a layer of goat cheese for this to work. Float cheese. All right. And let me get my cute picture. Yay! Okay. Taste test time. Soup, 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 soup. Ooh. That's really good. That is really good. Mm-hmm. That is a really solid potato and leek soup. This is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's delicious. All right. Time to see. Okay, the cornbread is banger. Now a spicy honey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have to... The cornbread is very crumbly, though. Mm-hmm. Looks quite burnt. It's not. The sugar in it caramelized. There's a whole bunch of brown sugar and honey in it. Yeah, that doesn't even taste like burnt. That doesn't even taste like it's burnt. That just... It tastes like caramelized sugar. That's what that tastes like. Mmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. Does it taste like cake? No. Cornbread has a very cake-like consistency, but it's more crumbly because the corn doesn't get, the cornmeal doesn't get as soft. Is it cake? No, this is cornbread. Cornbread's delicious. I love cornbread. And the soup is really good. Mm-hmm. And look at how much soup I have left over. Like... Yum. Is it very sweet? The cornbread? No. Cornbread's not, like, super sweet. You can add, like, more sweetness to it, but... Yum. Oh, it's really good. Yeah, if you get volume 1 of the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook, this is the soup, and then the cornbread. Both of these certified delicious. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. I haven't had cornbread in ages. I think last year was the last time I had cornbread. Oh, it's so good. I love when I make food. I do it all the time. It's always delicious. Although last night, I ate an entire head of cauliflower and spaghetti, and that was my dinner. Yummy. Prefer cornbread on the sweeter side. This one does definitely. It has a decent amount of brown sugar, and it has honey in it, so it does have sweetness to it. It's not like super sweet though. Raw cauliflower or okay. So I took the cauliflower and I roasted it, and then I blended it with a little bit of broth and seasonings to make it into the sauce for the pasta. Hello, Zolo. Mm-hmm. Yummy. Cauliflower pasta sauce? Mm-hmm. You can do that. Oop. You can just blend cauliflower into stuff if you need more fiber and veg. Putting that onto the stove. You guys get a very fast whiskey session today because I do need to, oh, that's really good soup. That's really good soup. Yeah, you can make a lot of stuff into pasta sauces. And if you have a hard time getting veg in your diet, or you don't like the taste of veg and such, that's another really good way to go about it, is if you just, like, blend amounts in to your food because you won't taste it. If you use mild tasting stuff, like cauliflower's pretty mild. DM got plans? Yeah, I have to help my friend move. And there's a limited time period when she's available to move, so I have to go help her move. So, but I would never abandon you all to your fate without one visit from our special guest. Hi. Wait. There he is. Oh, you've got tuna all over your nose, okay. He's so eepy. I just woke him up. He was napping. Here, I'm just gonna do that so you take a minute. Let me find where I put that brush. I got a new brush for him. I need you to not leave. I need you to stay there. Where did I put that brush? Whiskey whiskers here. I'm gonna put more on your nose so that you stay there. Did I leave it on my desk? I did. Okay, he's going. You got it. Okay, so I got this brush, which is called an equi groomer, and it works like so well. I've just been like brushing him out. Like there's almost nothing that you can see right now because I've been brushing him out so much. The influencer brush, yup. But like it even works on his head and it's really gentle because it's just these tiny little bristles. Like let me show you how much I get off of his dumb baby head. Look at this guy. Oh my god. He likes it, guys, trust me. Look. I mean, the black fur on the black brush and everything, but you can actually brush out like his head fur with that. Like, it works super well, and it just has these little tiny, you can see some of his head fur on that. It just has this really tiny bristles, so like there's no skin irritation either. So like, I'm super impressed with this thing. So I've just been brushing him out a little bit because he doesn't get super bothered by it. But he's almost to the point where he's not really shedding just by like cuddling anymore. So I recommended it to Cammy because she has like 8 cats. Yeah, there's nothing down there. Nothing down there, baby. I need you to... Come on. Whiskey. Whiskey whiskers. There we go. There we go. Is he a Maine cat? Nope. He is a Norwegian forest cat. I'm so sad because I love cats. I'm highly allergic. Guess what? He's hypoallergenic. I have tested him on multiple people who are deathly allergic. Dad DM is deathly allergic. He has no reaction to my cat. That's specifically why I got this cat breed. Like, I am all for when it's doable. Please support your pet shelters. But for health reasons, he is a hypoallergenic. So there's hope. Yep. I think Russian blues and Norwegian forest cats don't have the gene that makes them produce the dander. So I have a friend that comes over and he's highly allergic and he stuffs his face onto my cat. His eyes are so pretty, aren't they? These are the eyes of a killer. Okay. Was that good? Was delicious? Here, look. This is all I've gotten of him from the Equi groomer. Yeah, that's you. That's from you. That's from you, you weirdo. Why are you sniffing that? It's literally you. How big is he now? Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. We're measuring. We're measuring. We're measuring. Measuring contest. Five soap. Five soap. 5 cheeky soaps tall. Let's see, another measurement. Most of a proto-arc Bluetooth keyboard. 1 1/3 proto-arc Bluetooth keyboard. Anything except metric? I have metric. Metric's Canadian. How many hands long? 1. It's hard to say there's an angle like 1, 2, 3. 3 and a bit. Metric is French, though, guys. Go look up the band Metric. They're Canadian. Metric's Canadian. Let's see your teefies. Can I see your teefies? Can you show me your teefies? Oh my goodness, look at the teefies. Oh, the munchers. He munch and he crunch with those. He got bunny rabbit, puppy dog, baby seal. Teefies. Look at them chompers. Okay, can we get a close-up? Can we get a close-up of the teefies? Oh my god, wait. Look at those teefies. Look at those teefies. Can you open? Open teefies, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the open teefies. Is he jumper or more of a ground cat? More of a ground cat. He's a bigger cat breed. Here, let's get you down. There you go. Thank you for participating. Goodbye. Yeah, he's more of a ground cat. He's big. Is he chonky or just fluffy? He is just fluffy. He is actually the perfect healthy weight for his cat breed. He weighs 5 kilos. He weighs 5 kilos, which is the proper weight for his breed. Oh god, what button makes me aha, there. Perfect. There we go. How's the smoke now? It's a little smoky today. A little bit smoky. What's kilo? Don't you mean 25 soaps? He could be 25 soaps. Not gonna use whiskey as a unit of weight measurement. Good plan. Oh, I can take my gloves off. Yeah, good kitty. So because of the smoky cigar, ice cream soon? Maybe. Thank you for Foob's stream. Hope the move goes without a hitch. It should be okay. I'm gonna double check to see how much more assistance she needs, but yeah. So let's see where I should send all of you off to. Head pats will be doubled up for tomorrow because I have a commitment I need to get to. Why is nobody streaming on YouTube at this time period that I'm able to actually raid because they had their permissions turned on so I can actually raid them? Because YouTube raids, you can raid. You're just forced to, no Nui head pats, not today. Unfortunately, I got places to be. I got things to do. Okay, YouTube, congratulations. You get your favorite, The Void. Yay! Yay, it's The Void. Yay! No, not The Void. Yay, The Void. But you know what can help you in The Void? That's right. Your very favorite. Save 10% with code girldm. On Cheeky Soap. Ooh, I'm gonna raid you into it. It's gonna be just like my stream never ended, guys. I'm sending you to another green cat that's currently doing a hand cam. That's right. Rose Doodle is, she's doing watercolor with a hand cam. So you're gonna see Rose Doodle. Yay! Sorry for the shorter stream. Cooking streams also just take a lot more energy and time, and I'm helping a friend move. So, tomorrow, Hildebrand. Tomorrow starting the Heavensward Hildebrand quests with Ben. We're gonna continue with our voice acting adventure on it. So enjoy. If you missed watching a lot of the stream, you could go watch it on YouTube or just put it in the background on YouTube, you know? Have fun moving, friend, and have a great time zone. Thank you! They're also themed after Final Fantasy IX, are they? We love Ben, we love Hildebrand. Me too! But anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching the if you haven't gotten the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook, it's just a really solid cookbook. It's a really solid cookbook. All the recipes in it have just been like really good. Lots of portions on stuff. Plenty of them give you opportunity to freeze them up for later. I think Archon Loaf is in volume 2. I think I saw that message. I think someday Archon Loaf. The thing with the bread is that it takes like a good chunk of time to let it proof. So I would have to essentially make like a double recipe and not kill the yeast this time because I did that before and that I don't recommend. So if you're making bread, don't kill the yeast. It's really bad. Yeah. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. Love the combo VA action. Yay, thank you. Happy to hear that. I get a bit stressed doing the voice acting part, but it's very reassuring to have Ben along with me because I'm like, oh, he's a professional. Everything is A-okay, fine and dandy, you know? I get to practice with my chops with doing interesting voice things. There's no D&D on Monday, so if you are behind on Altered Interlude, you can go watch that. But anyways, have a good